Been wearing these boots for nearly 12 months now. These are the Zamberlan Delimber, and I thought it was about time that I did a long-term review. So I'll jump straight into it. These are Class 2 forestry boots, packed with features. They come with Gore-Tex, Boa Lace system, Vibram sole, and they have the Reco avalanche system, which I have no idea what that is. I've not even looked into that. The odds of getting an avalanche here is pretty slim. Although I've had these for 12 months, I've only really been wearing them like 3 or 4 times a week, mainly on hard surfaces, domestic work. So I've not been in like massive bogs and things every day with them. But that being said, the Vibram soles stood up really well. There's lots of life left in it. The Gore-Tex kind of speaks for itself. I think it's a really good feature. They've been really warm in the winter, and on any wet days, they've not let any water in. They've been waterproof. They've been really good, keeping your feet dry. It's got a really nice rubber toe that's really strong. It's got the steel toe on it. They're available in half sizes. This is an 8.5 and it's around 900 grams, so it's a super light boot, really lightweight. When you compare it to kind of other boots of the same class, you'd be looking at like the Mendel Airstream or the Arborist Scarfell Light. They're a similar boot, but these are a lot lighter. You can probably just tell by me holding it well, I don't know, maybe you can't, but it's a super light boot. This bit is really supple across the front. I have noticed when you put your foot in forks, it does pinch here, because it is you see that this bit here, it's quite thin, which is one of the reasons why it's so light, but it's not a drawback. If anything, it makes it nice and flexible, but it kind of feels more like a tree climbing boot, like a non-protective boot, like a normal hiking boot, that section. This Boa Lace system, I've not used before until I got these boots. I've seen it obviously on like cycling shoes, and I think it came from snowboarding originally maybe. But I've been really impressed with it. I think it's been really good. It's a really good feature. It's not like a gimmick or anything. It works really well. But you like push this in here, turn it, and it just tightens them all up. And then to take it off, you pull that out, and then it just loosens off. It's really simple, and it kind of makes this area really flush. So these don't stick out as much, so they don't get battered all the time. I was worried a little bit that how strong they'd be, because if you snap them, you can't put a normal lace in because the kind of eyelets are so small. You could use maybe a throw line that, you know, in an emergency. Otherwise, you're kind of just cutting around all day with boots that have got no laces in. There was one time where I was kind of on spikes and a branch has fallen, well, that I've cut, and it caught the end of it, and the whole thing kind of just went out like that, and the branch was dangling off that like that for a couple of seconds, and I obviously took it off, but they didn't break. They were really strong, and that was kind of the moment when I thought, right, they're all right. These are worth having, and it's super quick to do, and you can, because you're undoing that though, and it does the whole system. It opens this really wide, so you can get your foot in nice and easy. How the lacing system works, it's really simple. Pull this, and you get a little clip there, and it opens it up, and then you can just pull the tongue and give your foot a wiggle, and it'll just come out really easy. And then, because you've opened it up like that, it's easy to get your foot back in again. Just push it in really easy like that, put the tongue back, push it back in, and then just turn it. You just keep turning until you get it as tight as you want it, and then that's it. Easy peasy. The Delimber retails at around £270. I had a quick look on Google this morning, and they're around £270 in the UK, which is a really competitive price when you look at kind of boots you'd want to compare it to. Or, I mean, this is like a 900 gram boot. I've got a size 8.5. They do half sizes, which is cool. Gives you that little bit more room if you're maybe in between sizes. I've got a wide foot, so we always try and go for like a 9's a bit too big and an 8's a little bit too small, so if I can get an 8.5, it's usually bob on. But yeah, that's a really competitive price. I think at 270 quid, that's about right what you'd pay for a Class 2 chainsaw boot now. Zamberlan introduced 2 forestry boots into the UK market last year at the Arb show. If you was at the Arb show, you've probably seen them last year. There's a Class 1 boot, which is the Logger Pro, and the Class 2 boot, which is what I've got, which is the Delimber GTX. If you want something a lot more robust, then maybe look at the Logger Pro, but then that's kind of the other end of the scale where it's really heavy and a really good forestry boot for like trekking around forests all day, whereas this is, I think, it's really good for like UK tree work, and it's really versatile. I'd like to thank Cars Billington for sending these out to me. I'll leave all the links in the description so you can have a better look and a bit of a deep dive into them if you want to find out any more information. Make sure you subscribe if you like the video and you've got this far. I know that a lot of people watching this video aren't subscribed, so if you can do that for me, that'd be mega. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.